Hello, everyone. Hello, Maine. Hello, America. Hello, planet Earth. This is Dana, the Angry Citizen, coming to you at 2 o'clock a.m. on Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. And I am hoping that I can reach out to enough angry citizens and angry Americans that we can all get united under the common platform that we are angry at our government and angry at the unconstitutional actions taken by government people. Elected servants is what I call them. But it goes beyond that. We elect people and they claim to have the authority to hire other people and to create agencies and organizations that then claim to have authority over we the people, and they don't. We the people never authorized it, and that is the common foundation that we the people need to embrace. That we are sovereign people, and we are not going to allow those who come against us and claim they have authority to exercise the authority without validly proving that it exists. And we, the people, largely are ignorant of our rights and the law and history and the Constitution, and that is why we are in so much trouble. We have abandoned our obligation to know our history, embrace our rights, uphold and defend the Constitution. All of us, especially those of us sworn to office, like sheriffs and all law enforcement and all elected servants, congressmen, senators, especially above all else, the president of the United States, who needs to be completely constitutionally compliant. And we, the people, have all the authority we need to ensure that this is done, and we do not exercise our authority. So, America, I tell you now, we, the people, still have the authority until we give it up, which we are on the verge of doing. And we have done a great deal of this. We have given up our authority because we, the people, vote for unconstitutional measures such as gun control laws and mandates and proclamations and statutes and all of the foolish attempts we make to get bad people not to have guns, while we, the people, are deprived of our God-given and constitutionally protected right to keep and bear arms. We see so much of this, and I defy it. I decry it. I cannot understand why so many Americans are willing to embrace the destruction of our own rights. Even people that served in the military that support so-called gun control measures and mandates and licenses, and it's absurd. It's absurd. And why do we, the people of America, pretend this is valid when it is not? The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void. And the Second Amendment means what it says. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Period. America, we need to wake up and embrace our rights. Embrace our constitutional republic. Support it. Defend it. Stand with your allies I am here with you, and I am never going to give up this cause. I will not leave my nation a communist regime to my children and grandchildren. Not going to happen. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void until they manage to change it, which they're trying to do. If all constitutional Americans stand together, we win overnight. I've been championing this cause for so long, and am always met with mockery and disdain and contradiction, but I know I'm right. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void. And we, the people, must stand on that and behind it, else we will lose our republic, and we will once again be back into the throes of tyranny, because that's what's coming. That's what's happening in America right now. If you don't see this, you are not paying attention. It is here. It is on top of us. We have election integrity, which is rampant election fraud, which we the people must address everywhere. And if you would like to address this, I applaud you and urge you to get involved with the Election Integrity Network, and you will become part of a coalition that will stamp out election fraud. Look up Dr. Douglas Frank. I've met him a couple of times. He's a great guy. He's come to Maine several times to talk about election fraud. You will be absolutely glad you did. He is championing the cause of why there is valid evidence that election fraud exists in both Maine and every other state. And we need to stamp it out. We, the people, need to stamp that out. We cannot tolerate it. We must have integrity in our elections, 100% integrity, transparency, accountability. It must happen. We, the people, must make it happen. When I began my journey of learning about history and the law and the Constitution, I had no idea how deep this dive would take me. It's taken me so deep, I can't even begin to tell you here. This is just basic level stuff. The truth bears scrutiny. When every day you are confronted with claims and videos and pictures and memes on Facebook, and you have to decide what is true and what is false, think carefully and use your discretion, your discernment, and you will see eventually the truth bears scrutiny. Ask the hard questions. Look and think and process the information that's given to you, and you will arrive at rational conclusions. Those conclusions will absolutely lead you to a better future. So, we, the people of the United States, confront the unpleasant reality that our government is a wildly corrupt criminal enterprise. And the mess is so giant and so obvious and so painful that we hate to confront it. And we hate to think about, what do we do about it? Who's going to do something? You know, how much is required from each of us to fix this mess? Well, America, it amounts to each of us must contribute some small amount of our time every single day to fixing this mess. Because we exist here together, and we exist in a physical place, whether it's the United States or Canada or Mexico or the Ukraine or Russia or Sweden or Denmark or Iceland or Morocco or wherever we exist. We're here, and we have to deal with that reality. And if you want to have a say in your own existence, then being in a constitutional republic is a pretty good deal. And that's where we are, so long as we all commit to the effort to keep it. we are seeing our constitutional republic stripped away from us very methodically by those that would seek to do so. They're wealthy, powerful, overlord entities, super hyper wealthy people that want to subjugate everyone around them, like Sauron in the J.R.R. Tolkien Lord of the Rings trilogy. He seeks to destroy everything in his path and has an unlimited desire for power and control and subjugation. And that is where we are. We face these entities. They control our government. They control our world so long as we let them. But we, the people, have the ability now to fight back against this by, number one, our universal awareness provided to us by the internet, where I can talk to you regardless of how insignificant I am from my limited station here. And you can then echo my voice to anyone that wants to hear it. And we, the people, share this common knowledge base, and we all use that knowledge base to make intelligent, insightful conclusions about the world around us and what's going on, and then organize and unite in our efforts to oppose the bad things we see going on, like genocide and murder and torture and kidnapping and injustice and the destruction of our rights here in America. I think 99% of us ally on most issues easily every time if we had the ability to have that conversation. I do believe that. I believe it with every fiber of my being, with my heart and soul. We all want the same things. I say this and I'm always opposed. Some Yahoo on Facebook comes on and says, no, you're wrong. We don't all want the same things, and then provides me with it. He believes is a valid reason why we don't all want the same things. We do. We all want to be secure in our persons and our possessions against unreasonable searches and seizures. We are all created equal with inalienable rights that are bestowed upon us by our Creator, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We all agree on this. Who does not? Show me the guy that now says, no, 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 Dana, the angry citizen. No, I don't agree with you on that. Show me, show me, show them to me. We all want these things. We can all have these things. 99.x% of us agree. We need to stop letting the tyrants tell us how to live our lives and what we're allowed to do. We need to trust each other and work together to achieve a better future. When there is stress and strife in the world, what government organization is there here in America? I ask you this now. When has FEMA ever been there to help people? Okay. Remember Hurricane Katrina. Okay. My brothers and sisters in Louisiana, I'm speaking to you right now. Okay. Where the fuck was FEMA? Where the fuck was FEMA when you guys were drowning? They were not there, were they? They showed up days later. And what did they do? What did they do? What these fuckers do? They went around and they confiscated weapons from law-abiding American citizens. And that makes me livid. Super, hyper, white, fucking hot, livid, angry. They are traitors. They are traitors. And every one of you that did this, every one of you so-called law enforcement professionals that went out and tracked down Americans during a time of crisis to steal their weapons from them, you are vile. We, the people, agree on many things, and that's where we need to put our focus. We love our country. We do not love our government. Our government is a criminal organization, and they need to be held accountable. They need to be held accountable, and when we need to implement full transparency, accountability, and justice for every crime that has been committed. And we, the people, can make this happen. We have the lawful means and the remedy to make it happen. It's going to require effort. Everyone has to participate. Our constitutional republic is not a spectator sport. You have to get involved. You have to make your voice heard. You have to vote. Vote every time. Everyone votes every time. We all get involved at every level: local, county, state, national. And those of us that are good, honest, decent, hardworking, constitutional Americans will prevail. The wealthy overlords cannot stand against us. The science works, the math works. They are doomed. We, the people, will rule this nation, and there will be prosperity and accountability and justice and transparency if we, the people, make it happen. But it's going to require some involvement for everyone. Get involved. Do something. Write to your senators and your congressmen. Talk to your local representatives. Talk to your local school boards. Organize yourselves. Group up with like-minded people. Okay, whether you are bound by religious affinities or whatever, get together, form groups, make your voices heard, stand for what is right and lawful, and eventually, at the end of it all, we, the people, will prevail, and we will see the justice, accountability, and transparency that we all want. I hope you all believe me. I hope you take me seriously. I've been doing this for so long, and I'm bone weary of it, but still I am here doing it. And God help me, I've actually amassed some pretty powerful allies. I want to make a very special shout out right now to everyone listening to me and paying attention and viewing and commenting and liking and all that good stuff. Thank you very, very, very much from the bottom of my heart. God unites us. I'm going to say to you all right now, everyone in America, I'm going to say, I'm Danny the Angry Citizen. I'm telling you, please go to The Flame USA, theflameusa.com. Subscribe to The Flame. Subscribe. It's only $4, I think $3.99 or $2.99, whichever, for an electronic subscription. Please do that. I've written several articles for them. I have more coming very soon. And I could not more wholeheartedly support these amazing women, Anna and Nicole, my friends, allies from The Flame USA. So go to theflameusa.com, subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more content soon. I've got huge things coming up in the next week or two. I have a interview with Bill Gens, the attorney from Boston, that I've already interviewed several times. We're going to be talking about COVID and mandates and mask mandates. That's coming up next week. My good friend and brother, Ohio Brett, has been hired by the organization that is organizing the upcoming Hula Bowl in 2025. I'm super excited for him. You all know I've been with him many times. He's come to Maine every year now for 3 years running for the Maine Freedom Rally, the annual Maine Freedom Rally. I'm super, super, super happy and pumped for him, because this is literally the job that God made for him, with a football organization, with his sports background and fundraising experience and sales experience. So God bless you, brother. Brett, love you. Anna Nicole from The Flame, love you. all of you out there who have supported me, I'm extremely grateful. And there's one person, literally one person, that actually sent me money. And God love you, whoever you are. I'm sorry. I sent you an email. I told you I appreciated it. This person sent me like a $5 recurring donation and literally prompted me to make a video about that issue, saying, please don't send me money because I don't really need money unless you have like $1 million to send me, or a couple $1 million to send me, or 10 million or $1 billion or whatever. If you're like, I don't know, Elon Musk or whatever, then fine, send me money. But if you're just an average Joe, don't send me money. That's not what I need. What I need is your voice, your support. Just, pass along, share. We are heavily, heavily, heavily shadow banned. For those who do not know what this means, it means if I post a video on YouTube or Facebook or any other socially available media platform, you may or may not get a notification that I'm even giving a message. So that's how that works. They don't want you to hear me, so they just don't let you know that I'm talking to you. So sharing is the most powerful thing you can do. And I spend a lot of time sifting through videos and interviews and emails every day, and I know it's taxing on your time, but that is the price we pay for being involved in this war, because the enemy, the evil, does not want us to know the truth, and they spend a lot of time trying to hide it. And a lot of people in the world are watching the so-called news, the TV news, and they're believing what they see, and that is one of the most significant obstacles we face. They will not face the truth, unfortunately. So I spend a great deal of time looking for the truth, and it is difficult because we all have challenges. We have lives, we have jobs, we have cars we have to fix when they break. We have children and grandchildren and people depending on us, and we do the best we can with what we have, but we want to be involved in something bigger and fix this giant mess, this criminal government. So if we all did a little tiny bit, we would see that happen. And the problem is that it does require that. It requires every single person involved to give us just a little bit of their time to call the people that represent us or claim they do, tell them how we feel about these issues, pay attention to these laws they're trying to pass. It's time consuming. So, I am a father, a grandfather. I have a full-time job. I have, every once in a while, I like to do something for myself. So it's very hard to, when I have a down moment, to not indulge myself and do a fun thing I want to do for myself, instead of, being responsible and writing letters and making phone calls and researching what's going on in our Congress here in Maine. But I mean, that's the price we pay for living in a constitutional republic. And if you don't want to pay that price, then you need to go live in a dictatorship, or you can go live in communist China, which I don't know why anyone would want to do that. But, that's pretty much the choice. So that's where I am. I'm going to fight for this republic. I'm not done. I can't stop, because the alternative is to accept tyranny. I won't do it. So I had truly hoped that I could unite enough constitutional Americans to really have an impact. But I'll tell you honestly, America, my results have been abysmal. There were several groups I wanted to unite. So uniting constitutional sheriffs was at the core. And I actually literally created a website called americasconstitutionalsheriffs.org. And I've posted a blog type of thing, a bulletin board environment and I invited every sheriff in America to come there and post their thoughts and feelings and observations. And in the entire nation of America, 2 sheriffs signed up. 2. If you want to know who they are, you'll have to reach out and ask me, and I'll talk to you about it. Otherwise, that's it. 2 sheriffs. Okay. So I really thought that America's constitutional pastors would be a slam dunk home run. Okay. And guess what? It was the worst failure. Not one constitutional pastor in America, let alone in Maine, was willing to step up and do that. Constitutional representatives, senators, congressmen. I was going to call all of them out, but I was completely deflated. I met with stunning defeat on constitutional sheriffs, and constitutional pastors resulted in an unpleasant altercation here in Maine, which you can see if you research it. Judge me as you will, I don't care. My point is, why do I have to face opposition and scorn and ridicule and vilification and belligerence when I'm trying to unite constitutional Americans? It's very bizarre. So that's where we are, America. If we can unite, we win. If we can't, we don't. It's that simple. I'm trying to unite. I'm still going to keep doing it until my dying breath, because my alternative is give up. I'm not going to give up. Never going to give up. But I am a little discouraged because a lot of people talk a big game. You all talk about we should do this, we should do that. You know, they're so bad and someone should do something and blah, blah, blah. Well, you know what? I'm doing something. Okay, my man Ohio Brett is doing something. The ladies at the Flame USA are doing something. General Flynn is doing something. There's a lot of people doing things, trying, and what you need to do is get off your lazy, overfed American ass and help us. Use your voice. Find out the truth. Research. Think for yourself. Don't accept anyone's views of this is true, this is false. Ask questions. Ask the hard questions and throw in your support where you can. If it's a few dollars of your money, if it's a few minutes of your time, if it's your voice is powerful. Call your elected servants. Tell them how you feel. I guarantee you within a very short time, the voice of America would come through to these people and they would start hearing us and listening and doing what we want them to do instead of what the wealthy overlords want them to do. They just need our support. They need our voices. They need us to throw in our time and energy. And yes, I know you are trying to feed your family and going to work and from work and trying to find a babysitter and trying to figure out how to get your grandma to her leukemia treatment. I get it. I know. I'm there with you. But there has to be a few minutes in everyone's day to do this. Because if there isn't, we lose our republic. We cannot lose this republic, America. We need to unite on this. And then all these other issues we can face. Everything that's in front of us we can face, so long as we unite under this. We are constitutional Americans. The Constitution is the supreme law of the land, and all laws that are repugnant to it are null and void. We all have a right to a fair and speedy trial by a jury of our peers. We all have these rights that are granted to us by our Creator and are inalienable. We must unite behind that. Everything else falls into place if we do that. That's enough for today. I'll be back with a lot more soon. I'm right on fire. I have lawful solutions in places. I have letters I'm going to be writing. I have affidavits I'm going to be sending here in Maine. I'm going to be posting them, so any one of you who wants to see them can see them. I stand right in front of you now as a son of God, a living, breathing son of God. The truth is the sword of God. The truth will set us all free, and there will be a lot more soon. God bless you all. I'm Dana, the Angry Citizen, and I will talk to you all again very soon.